All right. They going. They was doing the shit the whole way up the damn street. But yeah, let me get into this topic, man. I keep hearing the lady speaking on this Kevin Samuels, man. I mean, and I fuck with Kevin Samuels. I'm a fan of his. I watch his content, right? I don't agree with everything he say. I agree with like 90% of what he say, though. You know what I'm saying? And if you listen past your feelings, he's just talking about, you know what I mean? All he's talking about is the black family unit. That's all he's talking about. He's just trying to get black people together, man, and have you understand that all this career and boss babe shit and all the shit they fed you, they put in our women's minds is bullshit. That's basically it. I mean, and women fed it up. They ate it up because what it did was appease their egos. I mean, it appeased their egos and they love it. You know what I'm saying? Anybody likes their ego appeased. You know what I'm saying? White America knew what they was doing. This is some psychological shit. We understand that, right? So what we gotta do here is, and what he's doing is, he's trying to combat that. And we know whenever you combat the narrative or what's going on, you're gonna get the backlash for it. That's just what happens. Whenever you combat something, especially if it's the truth, you're definitely gonna get the backlash for it. Because everybody knows the truth hurts, right? You know what I'm saying? Same recipe as Jesus, you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying Kevin Samuels is Jesus, but basically the same recipe. He was going against the, you know what I mean, the powers that be at the time, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, the people went against him. But you know how that is. At the same time, Kevin Samuels got a huge following. So he must be saying something right. He's basically just saying what men are thinking. He's just one of the ones that chose to step out there and put himself on the line and say it. He's one of those guys. You know what I mean? There's a few guys out there that chose to step out there. I mean, I think the boy Tommy was the first one that actually stepped out there and started doing it. And they really started to chew him up. You know? He was a little more harsh than Kevin on the women. I think Tommy was a little more harsh on the women, but you know, I don't think really the women going to even receive it any other way. That's just my opinion. I don't see anybody that tries to tell them in a soft manner, they cussing them out anyway. You gotta give it to them in that manner. You know what I'm saying? So, shouts out to them. But it's very odd, man. It's like I just don't understand the whole why people have such a hard time accepting the truth. I mean, it's such a hard time. We understand what works and what doesn't work. All you gotta do is look around. Look at the majority of people, not the anomalies. We understand what works and doesn't work. You rarely see career women in relationships. You rarely see it. It doesn't really happen. Like it's but for some odd reason, women prioritize career over relationships. Women prioritize career over families. You know what I mean? Over the man, the family. The family unit is destroyed. They destroyed the family unit. And it's weird because it's really only in the black community that's been destroyed. I mean, it came down to white community too. I ain't gonna say it's just the black community. It came down to white community too, but anyway, y'all like my specs? Them Jones is nice, ain't? I just got these. Figure I put them on display. Them boys is hard. But anyway, yeah, it affects the white community too, but there's still 50% marriage rate. There's 50% higher marriage rate. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, 50%. And that's just like, wow, like how does that happen? You know what I mean? And white people understand the family dynamic is what makes up the communities. And black women are in this day and age, they just out for self, it seems like. You know what I mean? I just don't really understand the concept of it, but it is what it is. I get it. I understand why it happens. But the bigger question is, why is it so hard to face it? Why is it so much harder for our women to face it? The facts. The statistics, they're out there. We don't even need statistics for real. They just throw them out there, but on some real shit, all you gotta do is look around. You know what I mean? On some real shit, just look around. Black women and black men are not together. They're not together. Feminism did a number on us. Something crazy. Nothing about us together, man. And it's sad, man. I got a woman, so I mean, but this ain't about me. This is about my people. And it hurts me to see my people like this, man. I never thought I'd see my people in this way. I mean, it's just it's not good. There's no community. Everybody's out for self. We got our women out here dressing and looking like clowns. We got our women wearing clown suits. They got our women are we are the soap. Yo, women, our women claim they're so unbothered. But they do everything to show that they're extremely bothered. Everything they do is to show that they're extremely bothered. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. If y'all ain't worried about what people think about you, why are you spending hundreds of thousands, I think shit, it might be $1 billion. Is cosmetics and cosmetic surgery and all that shit, that's $1 billion business right now. They target women's insecurities. They target women's egos, which is a part of their insecurities. Well, the real question when you think about that is, why are they targeting women? Why are they targeting women? See, women don't want to be the weak. They don't want to be the weak species, right? They don't want nothing to be weak about them, right? But the whole concept of the things that they're doing goes to show you that you are the weaker species, because they target you because they know that. They know that you're the weaker species. They know that you're easier manipulated. They understand that. Right? They understand. What, 70% of the church is women now? Is it 70% of the church is just women, 30% men? Why is that? Because women are easier manipulated. Women are more caught up on fantasy than reality. Everything they do is based off their fantasy. Every move they make nowadays is based off fantasy. The men they choose, the men they think they deserve, it's all based on fantasy, man. Even if you get with a woman and she thinks she got you on a pedestal and you don't live up to that fantasy that she got in her head about you, drop. It's going to be a significant drop in her attraction for you. know what I'm saying? That's why they hold the man they ain't with in higher regard, because there's still a level of fantasy about it. Still a level of, if we was together, we would be like this. Or, you know what I'm saying? I bet he does this on his off time. I bet he might do this. No, actuality, it's our own mind was putting you up here. It ain't you. I mean, you might provide a fantasy about the things you do when you're in her presence. Oh, I'm this, I'm that, and then when you go home, you might live a whole nother life. But she gonna have you up here. They know. They winning this war on psychological manipulation. They doing this to keep our numbers down, to keep that boot on us. And women are the vessel they go through. Women are the main vessel they go through. They know it too. Let's attack the women. The men are gonna, if the women get attacked, it's more of them. I mean, we attack their feelings, their emotions. And the men, they know men gonna cling on to women because our sexual attraction. Women have been lied to so much they don't even realize what the truth is. They don't even realize what the truth is anymore. That's so crazy, because you can tell a woman a lie. Men been lying to women for years because they're trying to, they want to get that pussy. Right? The media has been lying to women for years because they want to be the consumer. Right? Women have been lying to each other because they don't like to hurt each other's feelings. So women have been lied to so much. Their actual grasp on reality is horrible. So when you finally do come back and try to tell them the truth, hell no, it hurt. That hurts. Hell no, we ain't trying to hear that. That shit hurts. No, that ain't what's real. This is what's real. But you know the crazy part about it? You know the weird part about it? Is that subconsciously, deep down inside, the women know we telling the truth. They know. They just don't want to face it. See, big women know. Subconsciously, deep down inside, bigger females, like fatter females, they understand. They know that they're less attractive. They just don't want to hear it. They know. That's why they look at themselves in the mirror. That's why when they look at themselves in the mirror and they stop. That's why when they get bigger, they stop wearing a certain type of clothes. Most of them do. You know what I'm saying? They stop. They you know what I mean? They going to get these tummy tucks and surgeries. If they really thought that big women were equal to smaller women, it would be no need for surgeries. It would be no need for diets. It would be no need for none of that stuff to make you smaller. You know what I'm saying? But instead of dealing with that, they rather, since I don't want to change me, let's jump on the bandwagon of everybody else changing the way that they look at us. But that's just not reality. People are hardwired to look at things a certain way. Bigger women that are not as pretty. You know what I mean? Because beauty is there's a certain aspect of beauty that everybody sees. You know what I mean? But everybody thinks they're beautiful. I guess in a worldly aspect, everybody's beautiful. But when you're talking about in a relationship, feminine and masculine, in that category, no. Everybody's not beautiful. We ain't gonna play that game. You can't play it. You can't get it both ways. You can't say Well, everybody's beautiful when you pick a certain type of man. When only a certain type of man is attractive to you. Like, what type of sense does that make? Makes no sense. But when it comes to y'all, when it comes to women, that it don't apply. The only thing that men are doing right now is applying the same things that y'all apply to men. We're applying the same things to women, which have always been applied for real. We just wasn't saying it. Now men saying it. Now they can't take it. But women have always been saying it. Women have always said, well, we don't want a fat man. We don't want a broke man. We don't want a short man. We don't want a man that's not this, a man that's not a leader, a man that's not masculine. Women have been saying this shit forever. And they're innately drawn to a certain type of man. And so, men are innately drawn to a certain type of woman. Period. Period. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Men love a nice in-shape woman, right? Nice, pretty face and all that, right? But a man will bring all that down to get a woman with a good head on her shoulders. A woman that acts like a female. Men are even going as far as moving overseas to places like Colombia and you know, these places that women are not as voluptuous as black women or you know. So that ought to show women right there, it ain't about your body. Look what men value. But you know, it takes a level of accountability to be like, those guys are right. I gotta fix this. I mean, they got this part down, the outside. The shell, oh, they got that down. But when it comes to fixing their emotions, when it comes to fixing that trauma, horrible. Horrible. But like I said, man, we got to get it right. There's more women than men, females. So, you know, if you ain't going to fix it, expect not to get chosen. Like, comment, subscribe. Just getting started.